Hey there everyone, welcome to another little street log. Today is Myanmar edition and it is the 13th of the 2nd, 2020. It is pretty cool. Hey, we're doing pretty well. It's the day before my sister's birthday. First of all, first conversation was with a couple. The girl was Christian but the guy wasn't. And so we were chatting with the girl. She kind of knew the gospel. I was like, then her boyfriend arrived. Turns out he was a Buddhist, and so we got to go through the full gospel with him, which was pretty cool. He said that he was ready to believe right then and there, and got to give him a John, and all the best to him. Had a guy come up to us who was studying religions, and he had lots of questions about what happens at the end, and we talked about, well, of course there's judgment, and then there's heaven and hell, and I wish I could go into a bit more of like new heaven on earth and stuff like that, but translation is always a little bit difficult with those more intermediate conversations in a sense. But gave him a John to read, so hopefully he does. Had another chat with a guy, spent about an hour detailing that it was by believing Jesus, and he kept thinking that it was good works, and it's like, no, and stuff like that, and examples of like proving the difference between Christianity and every other religion was really important in that sense. Had another conversation, I think after lunch. It was with two girls. It was an hour-long conversation, mostly dealing with good works and stuff like that. And they were like, oh, but like Christianity is all about good works and stuff like that. And I was like, no, it is not. Got to show the girl where in the Bible it says that we need to be perfect. I got to a point where I was like, fine, I'm showing you where. And I pulled open the Burmese Bible, went to Matthew 5:48, and she looks at it and she's like, oh, what does it mean by perfect? And so then I jumped over to Leviticus 19:2, and she was quite quiet after that. So that was like, all right, now we can get to the good news. They took photos, and then they got a picture before leaving, which was quite cute. Had a group of people. These girls were about to eat lunch, but they were insistent on their Buddhist faith, but realized they deserved hell, and that felt like a long time. It felt like kind of need to go at this point, just let them be. So we left them some tracts, and hopefully they'll read them. Had a solid chat with a couple, gave them I was like pointing to a little part of the tract to read. Sorry. I am sick right now. I just finished vomiting right before filming this, so please pray for me. Gave them a little tract to read, and then they ended up reading the whole thing. They're like, just kept flicking through it, and then they turned to me and they're like, we don't get it. And so I had to really simplify the gospel, like, hey, we've failed God's standard, we deserve punishment for that, but Jesus offers to take that punishment. It's as simple as that. It's pretty amazing. And so I really urge with them to consider it as soon as possible. But yeah, that's all, most of the conversations for today. Please keep praying for us, and thanks heaps for watching.